Jason, don't you love these moments when self-perception and reality clash in a rather disharmonious way? I think your latest bout with Aaron Ra is a good example for that, because Aaron Ra simply stated the obvious, that you are neither smart nor mentally sound, and you got really upset and butthurt because to your own mind you are this world-class scholar, this intellectual powerhouse, this expert in the resurrection, even though you've never written a book or even earned a proper university degree except for a BA in pastoral studies. To your own mind, you can take on anybody when it comes to historical Jesus. Oh, Jason, you are great. And still, sometimes I wonder whether you actually believe your own bullshit, because in order to impress Aaron Ra, you refer to this eminent historian who's conversing with you and making videos against you. And you said this because you thought it would shed a positive light on you. Because if an eminent historian is willing to talk to you, you must be really something, don't you, Jason? Well, funny thing is, you're obviously referring to myself, and only a few weeks ago you still called me kiddo, charlatan, and acted like I'm just a little dweeb who doesn't know what I'm talking about, and now all of a sudden I got promoted to eminent historian. This is interesting, and I think it points to a very deep-seated hypocrisy, and probably even to a devious nature. I'm not really sure whether you really believe anything you say in these videos these days. As far as your arguments are concerned, you don't have any. You carry an empty sack because this is a discussion about evidence. And evidence is a set of facts that concur with one explanation over another. And we have these claims by the followers of Jesus made decades after he died, and we have two explanations on offer, at least two. One is supernatural things happen in the past. The other is that these people were deluded, were lying, or were otherwise just misguided in their assumptions. What's the more likely explanation, Jason? I mean, we have plenty of examples for people being deluded and believing miracle claims without reason, and for people lying and making shit up for their own gain. I mean, just look into Satya Sai Baba. We might do this for a change. And we have never witnessed any supernatural events whatsoever. So what's the more likely scenario, Jason? Did the penny drop already? So if you view it from this vantage point, and this is the only reasonable vantage point, you cannot accept the miracle stories in the Bible. It's that easy. That's the reason why reasonable people don't believe your bullshit. Everything else is just gullibility. To use an ancient text to support supernatural claims is the pinnacle of gullibility, and that's why none of your arguments works. It's just a load of quote mining and deferring to evangelical preachers who are just as batshit crazy as you, and to just try to divert attention away from the obvious point. This is flash and flare. This is just window dressing. It's uninteresting. The really important question is, can ancient text support supernatural claims? And the obvious answer is no, and it would remain no even if these texts were more credible than they are, because as it stands right now, they are texts written decades after the events by the followers of Jesus. So these are neither independent nor disinterested nor reliable. And that's the whole story. And that's why you are just a joke, Jason.